What's going on YouTube, and welcome to Digital Perspective. I'm Khaled, and in today's video we're going to take over what we did yesterday's video and we're going to do something a little bit more extra to it today. We're going to try to animate the actual Mac dock that we designed so that you have a nice little scroll animation there as well. Now if you're ready, be sure to hit a like button on the video and subscribe if you haven't already, and turn that notification bell on, and let's just roll the intro. What's going on, guys? So let's just head straight onto the Mac and I'll show you exactly what we're doing. So you can see this is where we left off, and if you haven't seen how we created this in Adobe XD, I'm just going to show you where we are at the moment. So currently what we did in the last video is we had this hover over animation for every single icon. Now as you saw in the preview, that we were going to basically have some extra icons and animate them through. So what we're going to do first is we're going to actually go ahead and add the extra icons that we want. So I'm going to double click. I've just copied and dragged two new icons, and I'm going to go in here. So let's add my Figma icon, and then I'm going to select this, turn the opacity up, just type in Figma, perfect. And I'm going to reduce the opacity. I'm going to go into the hover state, double click inside that and type Figma, drag my icon again. Perfect. And do it just the same to this icon. Drag my After Effects icon, select the tooltip, and then type in After Effects, turn the toolbar down, go into my hover state and type in After Effects, change the icon. Now with the After Effects icon, something's happening here. So you can see how the width of the border has extended. Now if I click play on that, wait, hold on, let me turn it to the default state. You can see with the default state the icon space is really close to the, slightly overlapping on the Figma one, but you can see obviously they work perfectly fine. Right, so you can see how if I'm slightly over here, you can see how it's still loading up the hover state, and that's because the text for this has started there, right? So always bear that in mind when you're doing long characters. Ideally you can put them into 2 lines if you wanted to, but for this case we're just not going to focus too heavily on that. I think I'm done with the icons. We're going to do one more icon. Actually no, let's just leave it as 2. So now what we want to do is we want to make sure that we add the icons into the same spaces as each of them there. Perfect. Now here's the trick. This is where we would masking out our icon. So I might just extend it a little bit just so that you can see that there's another icon there, which we can go ahead and drag in. I'm going to select the background, Command C, Command V to paste it, and it's obviously pasted on top. I'm going to extend the actual height of that so that we can make sure we have the toolbar inside as well, the invisible one. And then ideally what we want to do is we want to select all the components, group them together, Command G, and then once we've done that we select the actual mask, right click it and mask it with shape. So you can see instantly what it's done is it's hidden the Figma and the After Effects icon to the side, but this is where we'll be dragging in from the left hand side. Right, now that that's done, we basically go ahead and we start to prototype this. But before we prototype, we need to create the other artboard to show us what the other state would look like. So if I zoom in, what I want to happen is once you've dragged it, I'm double click inside it. Now I'm inside the mask. I'm going to drag it this way so all the icons are there, and that's it. Now we go back to the original artboard, go to prototype, click inside there, and if I double click inside the sketch icon or the Figma icon, you can decide where the trigger is going to be. In this case I'm going to use the sketch icon. We're going to add the interaction on the hover state rather than the other state, so click plus there and then drag, auto animate to the other side, ease in and out, perfect. In fact, while we're here, if we double click inside the Figma one, inside the default state I want to turn the drag on. I don't want it to hover, because if it hovers you see the little tooltip there, which we don't want. So I'm just going to disable the hover for this and just use it as a drag. Go back to here and do the same thing for this one. So on the default state, where are we? So default state, I just want it to hover. I don't want it to do anything else. But in the hover state, add interaction, click drag, go to the other artboard. I want you to ease in and out. And then with the photo icon, I want to turn the drag on the default state because I don't want it to hover. So let's go back here. Just make sure I turn these guys back into their default state so that it doesn't start off as a hover. Perfect. Hit play, maximize this. So you can see again, all of them still work, but the Figma one doesn't because we've disabled that. Now we can also click and drag, and you can see here, all of them still work absolutely fine, except the last one, which you've obviously disabled. Now we can click and drag, and you can see here, it works absolutely smooth, right? Safari, click, this one, click. Now ideally, we can actually, as a bonus, we can actually do the same thing on all of the icons. So no matter what icon we drag, we can do the same thing. So if I click on the Finder, inside the hover state, I want to add an interaction, drag, turn to that one. I'm going to do the same thing for all of these, drag, yep, this one, drag. Now because our After Effects XD remembers my settings, I don't have to do much other than just turn it on. So go back and turn these back into their default states. Go to the other one, click inside After Effects, hover state, add interaction. Let's go to the other artboard, perfect. Hover state, interaction, and literally it's as simple as that. You can see here how quick it is for me to do this. So click on hover state, add interaction. This one's already got it, perfect. And then just make sure I turn these back off to their default state. And there we have it. Let's click play. So no matter what icon, we can drag any of those icons and it will always work, right? So Chrome, drag Chrome, perfect. And it does it the other way around. You can see here with Figma and everything, they all pretty much would work as intended, right? Hopefully you've enjoyed that video. If you did, please smash a like button and turn that notification, or subscribe I should say, and turn the notification bell on. Let us know if you do like these sort of things. If not, and let us know what kind of tutorials you do like. But be sure to check out the end cards there for some more tutorials if you haven't already. And I guess until the next week, I'm Khalid and I'll see you then. Peace.